My sponsor doesn't help me. My sponsor never calls me. I wish I had that sponsor. I'll never be successful because my sponsor didn't show me what I need to do. Your sponsor is better than mine. Do you guys hear those excuses all of the time? Let me repeat them. I'll never be successful without a good sponsor. My sponsor never calls me. I signed up under the wrong sponsor. Guys, let's talk about this overly sensitive subject. But Jilly Sue is here to give you some truth bombs, keeping it real, right? Do you guys struggle with team members that say you don't do enough? Do you struggle with people that quit because you didn't send them a card, or you didn't say great job, or you're not the best of a best sponsor in the whole wide world? Well, we're going to talk about it tonight. You guys, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. If you got the little notification, I'll post it up above after so you guys can get notifications from us when we go live every single night. And if you're watching the replay, of course, type replay down below, because we like to go back to the comments and hang out with you guys and see if you have any questions. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jilly Sue, and I'm co-founder of the Brand Boss Girls, along with our premium coaching group, the Ultimate Mastermind. So if you're in Social Superstars and you saw the post I posted today, put a star down below. And if you're a unicorn and you just got off our weekly webinar where we talked about how to become an influencer and use live video and be on a schedule, and I'm sharing my schedule with everyone, be sure you type a unicorn down below. So guys, today in Social Supergroup, and I have it right here, Social Superstars, sorry, I posted a post. And remember, as always, if we get this up to 100 live viewers, we give away a coaching Marco Polo, so you guys can ask your questions. You have me and Kimberly in there helping you along the way. You know we're going to give you some value. You know we're going to give you some truth bombs. So just share this. Go ahead. Share it. Because all of your team members are going to want to hear that it is not up to their sponsor. You don't determine their success. Like, how many of you have a team that need to hear that? Give me some hearts. Press those hearts if you have a team members with victim mentality. Oh, hi Colleen from Maine. How many need to hear this? A lot. So you guys know I'm going to drop the truth bombs. I'm going to keep it real with all of you guys. Tons of team members. Now, here's the thing. So for those of you that aren't in Social Superstars, I'll tell you what I posted today. Your upline is not your boss. And guess what? They're not your manager. When you go to work for a company, you actually don't get a choice. You never get a choice of who your boss is. Like, you just apply for the job, right? And you fill out the application, and then they look at your application and they hire you. You don't get to choose your boss. In direct sales, you guys, you get to choose who your sponsor is. So ultimately, if you choose a crappy sponsor, that's your fault. Guess what? You should be looking into companies before you join and then figuring out if your sponsor has what you need and they can help you along the way. But they're not your boss and they're not your manager. They're simply a lifeline, right? They're a lifeline. Remember on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You get a lifeline behind you and you only call on them when you need it, but you have to figure out the answers yourself. So there's a support system. Many consultants will join a business and they stay in that boss employee mindset. It's really hard, you guys. I had a full-time job. So when I had a full-time job and had to work for myself, I was expecting someone to tell me what to do. And then I figured out, I got a rude awakening and I figured out, oh, I'm responsible for my success. I'm responsible if I don't get out of bed. Like, how many team members need to hear this? You guys, is this like for real, right? Share this with your teams, because everyone that joins needs to take accountability for the fact that they choose their sponsor. They decide who their sponsor is. And if they don't ask the right questions, then it's ultimately up to them. Now, the next thing I say is, it isn't your upline's job to call you or send you mail or make sure you're doing okay. Like, it's not their job to say, hey, how are you doing? Did you watch all those videos that we all have access to? Did you read the startup guide, which when you start something new, that seems pretty self-explanatory that you're supposed to do. It's a nice gesture that you get an upline that will check on you, but bosses don't check on you. They want to make sure that you're not doing anything wrong. So if you get an upline that just says, hey, just checking on you, want to see how you're going, or you get a cute little card in the mail, that's awesome. That's a super amazing gesture, but it's not their job to do that. They're just being nice. And what happens is these nice sponsors come along, and if a regular sponsor, I won't say regular, but just a sponsor being a support system doesn't do that, they're deemed as a bad sponsor. And that is not the case. So their job is to provide assistance, training, and to be your first point of contact. So I want you all to sit back and think about your sponsor. And the first thing I'm going to say is, I'm sorry if they don't provide a lot of training, but they point you in the right direction. That's still okay, because some people are scared to do training. They're honestly learning how to be a business owner themselves. So it's a little scary to do training for the first time. So I want you to sit back and say to yourself, does my sponsor provide training or tell me where to go? Can I text message or call them or messenger them when I need them with a understandably time frame to call you back? And do they provide assistance? If they do those three things, your sponsor's a good sponsor. Just hate to break it to you, because guess what? Here's my donut shop analogy that I posted in the group, you guys. It's not your upline's responsibility to make your donuts. If you decide to open a donut shop, it's your donut shop. When you buy a franchise from McDonald's, the franchisee doesn't come in and make the French fries for you. You have to read the training books. You have to watch the training materials. You have to do everything to make sure your business runs. So they're not going to help you make the donuts. They're not going to put the donuts in the grease for you. They're not going to do your scheduling. It's your upline's responsibility to be a resource for you. That's it. And that is even after you've exhausted all of your efforts as a new business owner. So some of you are listening to this and you're like, what? I thought my sponsor's supposed to text me every day and send me cute cards in the mail and send me gifts every time I get a sale. Like, no, that's just nice of them. This is your business. And you know what stinks about being your own boss? Well, there's everything amazing. But when you're your own boss, there's not a whole lot of people and customers coming up to you saying, good job. They don't, you guys. That's the part of being your own boss. When you're your own boss, you get to make your own hours, do your own thing. You don't get a lot of recognition. So it's kind of like you have to choose what you want. If you want to work for someone and you want them to tell you what to do, yeah, you're going to get employee of the month or like a little certificate here or there. But when you're your own boss, that's the sort of thing that you kind of give up. Just saying. Here's the other thing. So if your sponsor's your direct point of contact, if your donut franchisee is your direct point of contact and you need help, it's your job to let them know that you need help. Your job. It's not my job as a sponsor every single Tuesday to say, hey, Sally, how are you doing today? Because guess what? I'm running my own business and I'm running my own team and I'm doing training calls every single night and I'm doing social media and I'm following up with my own customers. So every now and then I will make it every week or every day during the power hour, I make it a point to contact my team members 3 to 5 a day just to say, hey, how's it going? But ultimately, that's not my job. I'm just being nice. I'm a lifeline for you. That's it. Your upline is there if you have a question. Too many consultants start I wasn't successful because my upline didn't do this. My upline didn't send that. Fact is, the resources for you to be successful are all there. YouTube is a wonderful thing. Your Facebook team pages are a great place with search features. Guys, when I started in this industry, there was no Facebook groups. Imagine that. Can any of you even imagine how you would run your team or how successful direct sales consultants ran a team with no Facebook groups? They had to have local meetings every week or every single month. And they didn't get people who signed up under them all across the world like we have access to. Like, it's pretty freaking amazing. But we're holding our sponsors up here when ultimately it was our job to ask if they're a good sponsor. We don't hear this a lot. In fact, this whole conversation, you guys, inspired my idea. We're still seeing what Kimberly thinks of doing a weekly show called Brand Boss Bombs. How would that be? Like, talking about things that people don't really talk about to get your opinions. Now, for those of you sitting here just totally disagreeing with me, thinking that your sponsor, that you're doing your sponsor a favor, that you're making them money, like, seriously? When you bring on tons of people on your team, those people will make money for you too. And guess what? I still won't think it's your job to handhold for them. When you handhold your team, you're cutting their ankles off. You're cutting their feet off at the ankles, and you're crippling them because they think that they have to rely on you for everything. Your job is to inspire them. Your job is to train them. Your job is to be a resource. Your job isn't every time they do a good job to hand them a piece of candy and say, "Great job. You're so good." Like, you need to bring them into, it's kind of like when you have teenagers and you never teach them how to do laundry or clean or take care of themselves. Then they go into the real world and they're like, "I don't even know how to run a washing machine." Same thing with your team, you guys. And you guys, so if you're a sponsor, you need to hear this. Don't feel bad. Provide training and be there if you want to be there, but it's not your job to handhold. If you have a sponsor that you're trying to place the blame game on them because you think that they should be better, faster, newer, I'm here to tell you there's 100,000 consultants probably within your company that you can go to and ask. They're all writing blogs. They're all doing YouTube pages. They'll probably let you on their team page. My sponsors, one was in Utah and one was in Maine. I never saw them. I never even called on them. I went to them every now and then if I needed something, but that didn't make them a bad sponsor. I wanted to learn on my own. Learning on my own made me a stronger consultant. It made me a better leader. It allowed me to be able to find the things that I needed to find so that I could train my team. So knock it off, y'all. Quit blaming your sponsor and ask yourself, is it your sponsor's fault you're not doing well? Or are you really putting in the effort? Are you really learning every day? Are you doing the power hour where you do personal development every day? Are you watching YouTube videos? Are you reading books to keep your mind learning all of the time? It's time to become self-aware. I think a lot of times you guys join this business or join a business and you're not having any clue that you actually have to learn how to be a business owner. No one tells you, right? They're just like, join for a discount. Here's a starter kit, blah, blah, blah. I actually told someone not to join my team today because I don't believe in just saying join for a discount. I want business builders. I want people that are serious. I want people that can envision making this their full-time thing. I don't want a whole inactive list of just people that want a discount where I'm going to spend all my time training them and helping them and being there for them and they don't take it seriously. Like, you're going to attract the people that are just like you. And if you're just telling everyone join for a discount, that's what your team list is going to look like. So you have to get serious, you guys. And for all of you watching this and that's going to watch the replay, you need to stop blaming your sponsors because I'm here to tell you that little notes and happy flyers and unicorns and butterflies is a plus, but that's not their job. Their job is to provide you assistance, training, and to be your first point of contact in case you need anything. But here's another truth bomb. If they suck, if they're not really good at it, if they're still learning how to be a business owner themselves, give them a little bit of grace and take control of your business and say, okay, I'll find someone else that will help me. That's not being rude. That's going on YouTube, finding someone that's successful, doing all the things successful people do, opening a book. Your sponsor and the person that you chose is not the one that determines your success. Only you do. And for a lot of you, that's super scary and that's super hard to accept, that if you don't put one foot in front of the other and make it happen, then it's not going to happen. And that's no one's fault but your own. So this was our first truth bomb, guys. I think we're going to make this a series and get all your opinions. Share this to your teams. Share this with some of your uplines. Uplines, I want to tell you that you're doing amazing. Don't let any team member tell you that you're not. Just strive to be as best as you can be every single day. Keep learning and growing and and learning from the best. And you're going to have a couple bad apples. But remember, maybe they're just having a bad day. Maybe they're learning themselves. Maybe their home life isn't so great. So give them grace as well. And I want all of you right now to go send a message to your uplines and say, thank you for all you do. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being there. And if you need anything from me, let me know. Uplines don't get enough pats on the backs, you guys, because remember, we've accepted to be a boss and that doesn't happen all the time. So you guys share this out, type replay. This is a doozy. People need to hear this. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the next live. Night, everyone.